Alright, we have another problem in fluid mechanics, particularly about fluid dynamics or the fundamentals of fluid flow. Basahin natin. Benzene with a density of 879 kg per cubic meter and a specific weight of 8.62 kilonewtons per cubic meter flows through a 100 millimeters diameter pipe at a mean velocity of 3 meters per second. Find A, the volume flow rate in cubic meters per second, B, in liters per minute, C, in the weight flow rate, and D, the mass flow rate. So this problem is pretty basic. We're asked to find four things: the volume flow rate in cubic meters per second, the liters per minute, the weight flow rate, and the mass flow rate. So let's first write what are we given. We have the fluid benzene with a density of 879, that is in kilogram per cubic meters. The specific weight is equal to 8.62 kilonewtons per cubic meter. Yan, sulat muna natin lahat ng given para mas organize yung solution natin. It flows through a 100 millimeter diameter pipe. So we have a diameter of 100 millimeters or simply 0.1 meters. And the mean velocity, basically the velocity of the flow, is 3 meters per second. Now that we've written everything down, we can now proceed to our solution. First, let's find the volume flow rate. For the formula for the volume flow rate, this is denoted by Q, is equal to the area, the cross-sectional area where the fluid will flow, multiplied by the mean velocity of the flow of the fluid. And we must also know the formula for the weight flow rate, which is, let's just say, weight, then add that to indicate that it's per unit time. Then we have gamma, the specific weight, times area times the velocity. Alright. And also we need to find the mass flow rate, which is simply rho AV. So these three formulas will be very useful for this problem. For letter A, find the volume flow rate in cubic meters per second. So basic lang, salpak lang natin lahat. Q is equal to cross-sectional area times the mean velocity. This is a pipe, so ang cross-sectional area is bilog. It's a circle. Alright. So the area is pi over 4. The diameter is 0.1 meter. That should be squared. The mean velocity is 3 meters per second. The resulting unit will be cubic meters per second. Let's use 4 decimal places. 0.0236 cubic meters per second. So this is our answer for letter A. Let's just let's box it. Alright, just adjust the box. Oops. Okay, that is for letter A. That is the volume flow rate in cubic meters per second. We're also asked to convert it to liters per minute. So it's just a matter of conversion. Let's use this 4 decimal places, 0.0236. This is in cubic meters per second. Gagawin nating liters per minute. So this is very basic. Remember, it's very useful to know that 1 cubic meter is equal to 1,000 liters. 1,000 liters is equivalent to 1 cubic meter. And this should be in per minute, so we convert seconds into minutes. 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. Alright, pressing that into our calculator, we will arrive with a value of Exactly 1416. 1416 liters per minute. This is the answer for letter B. Our volume flow rate in liters per minute, or LPM. Okay, now we will solve for the weight flow rate. Simply use the formula gamma times area times the flow velocity. The weight flow rate is equal to gamma times the cross-sectional area times the flow velocity. And substituting our values, we have 8.62 kilonewtons per cubic meters multiplied by our area. This is pi over 4. Since bilog, again 0.1 meter squared, multiplied by the v, or the velocity, which is 3 meters per second. The resulting unit will be kilonewtons per second. And pressing that into our calculator, we will arrive with the value 0.203 kilonewtons per second. Basic lang, basic. It's very important to master the fundamental formulas para mas makapag-solve ng complex problems. And finally, we will solve for the mass flow rate. The mass flow rate is simply has the formula density times the cross-sectional area times the velocity. Or kung alam mo na yung volume flow rate, this is also equal to Q. So rho times Q lang. Our density is 879 kilogram per cubic meters, multiplied again by our area. Cross-sectional area of the pipe is pi over 4, 0.1 meter squared, multiplied by the mean velocity of 3 meters per second. The resulting unit, magka-cancel out yung cubic meters. We will be left with kilogram per second. And pressing that into our calculator, we'll arrive at the value of 20.711 kilograms per second. That is our mass flow rate. So basically, ito yung ating mga sagot. These are our final answers. Volume flow rate in cubic meters per second, in liters per minute, our weight flow rate, and mass flow rate. So that is all for this problem. All right.